But without any further ado, could I please ask you to give a warm welcome to our first contestant, which is Naseer Ahmed, with his speech, Catwalk.
I was born and grew up in a small little village, which is situated very far from the big cities. I got my primary education from my village, and from secondary education, I went to the next village, which was very few miles away from my village. My paternal grandparents and my maternal grandparents lived in the villages. My aunts and uncles also lived in villages. In summer holidays, I used to go to in village, and my cousins also lived in village. So until I finished my school, I never been in a big city. Yes, I used to go to in a small little town to buy clothes and shoes. In once a year or twice a year with my parents. When I finished my school, and my parents wanted to send me to college, which was in a big city. They sold a few sheep and goats and collected money to send me to college. I got money and went to college and got admission in college and in hostel. When I went to hostel, I was completely, it was a different culture, different atmosphere, like animal in the city. First time I saw the disposable cups and Chinese food and these things. I did not know anything. All my class fellows were from the big cities, and their parents were very educated, and they knew the culture and everything. One day in the morning time, we saw the notes board, news on the notes board. One day, when I was reading the notes board, there was written, if somebody wants to participate in a catwalk, they can register their names. I did not know what is the catwalk. I thought, because I lived in a village, I thought it's a kind of horse racing, a dog racing, it may be a cat racing. So I spoke to my roommate who was standing next to me. Can I bring my cat? And he said, why? I said, because for the catwalk. And he laughed, and after a few seconds pause, he said, yes, you can bring it. Well, he said, you need to register your names. He took me to the professor, and when we went to the professor, and he said, this boy wants to take part in the catwalk. Professor looked at me from head to toe and toe to head and said, really? Really you want to take part? And I said, yes. He did not know what is the story behind this. Even I did not know what is the story behind this. I went to the classroom, and my roommate went to the hostel, and he told the story, all the students, what's going on. The students were, when they saw me, they were giggling and laughing at me. And when I was corridor walking, and every student watching me, and I did not know what's going on, why they are laughing at me. At the mess time, because the catwalk competition was the next week, when I sat in the dinner time in the hostel, and few students sat around me, and they said, actually your cat is not going to take part in a competition. You are going to take part in a competition. I said, what? What are you saying that? I even did not know what is the catwalk competition. How can I participate in this catwalk competition? My student, he was very clever, my roommate, he said, if you will not take part in this competition, you will be expelled because you register your name. I thought, if I expel and I go home, my parents sold sheep and goats, they will kill me. And they will shoot me, why you have come back here? So they said, you have got just one option. The option is you have to take part. So when I heard this one, I've been sweating and my knees were trembling. But I had no options. I had to take part in this competition. Then finally, the time arrived. And I had one goal. I did not know I'm going to win or lose. My goal was I have to take part in this competition. The time arrived, and the announcer who was calling name, he called, I'm going to call upon Naseer. So I jump over on the stage and walk on the ramp, and I did catwalk in front of the people. Too many students were gathered over there, what's going on? And they were here, Naseer is going to do a catwalk. It was humor for them. But when I did catwalk, what I did, at the final, when the results announced, I got the second position. Yes, I got the second position. Thank you very much.
Cruel but funny story from Naseer there.